Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so much, Islamia University, for inviting me on this wonderful conference. Today, we are going to discuss about the artificial intelligence and how it's acting as a double-edged sword. So, I'm Dr. Nudrat, and I'm the CEO of Neuron Tech. So, the agenda of my presentation would be artificial intelligence, how artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the industry, and what are the challenges and opportunities that are present within this paradigm. We all are witnessing the paradigm shift in technology where there is lot of hype about artificial intelligence. And why not? It's the most powerful tool of current time where we can utilize its benefit and make ourselves more productive. If you see on the screen, this creature has a lifespan of 3,000 years. And this creature is nor its survival is not due to its intelligence, nor due to its strength, but due to its adaptability. It has the capability to adapt the environment, to learn from the environment, and make itself according to the surrounding conditions. So this make this creature adapted and make the possibility for its survival. So same is the case in the scenario of artificial intelligence. If we want to survive in the technology, we have to adapt it, we have to learn it quickly, and it's the most simplest technology of time which give you the power to create things, just like the Almighty Allah. So if we talk about the industrial revolution, so there is certain timeline that are associated with this industrial revolution. So the first industrial revolution is industry 1.0 when there the things that humans used to produce or in industries are being produced with single unit or with one output would be only a one unit, and all things or all machinery was mechanical. The only it take water, it can be a steam engine, based on a steam engine. And then we talk about in 1870 there is a revolution in industry, and that is industry 2.0, where the the production is being based on mass production, and assembly line was being used to produce multiple product of same kind. So this was a revolution in 1870. Then industry 3.0 in 1969 appears when computer was being developed, and by the help of computer few things will become automation or automation is being produced, and computers were also being used in industry to ease out the task. Then comes industry 4.0 in 2010 when there is a cyber physical space and IoT has been appear. The devices has the capability to interact with one another using the internet. Satellites can communicate with one another using satellite of internet of satellites. The devices can talk with one another. So it makes the things more easier as compared to industry 3.0. Then comes Industry 5.0, where machines and humans can work together to produce things more better and in effective way. So mass customization is there, and cyber physical human intelligence and cognitive systems were started to establish. So if we deep down in industry 5.0, so what is the main crux of industry 5.0 is that people are working along the robots and the smart machines are being in use. It's about the robots helping human to work better, faster, and leveraging the advanced technology like Internet of Things and big data. So if we see that how industry 5.0 is being revolutionized, and there is some some society 5.0, which need to be move along with it. So if we see in current scenario, everything has been revolutionized. Our our offices, government offices, the paperwork has been converted into digitalization. Our education system has been modernized with chatbots that has the capability to understand the humans' questions and give them a feedback which is more relevant and more accurate. Then in industries, we also see that some part of the machineries are being automated and they become more advanced. And then we talk about the families. The families bonding become more closer. So that is basically society 5.0. So industry have to work along with society to make things more easier and more better. So if we talk about the startups who are adapting the artificial intelligence, so only 70% of them fail and only 30% of them are successful. And there are quite few reasons behind it. Not only due to artificial intelligence, there are certain things that need to be considered while adapting artificial intelligence or industry 5.0 in our society to make things more rational. So if we talk about the thing or cardinals that are important to make any startup more successful is that there should be a sustainability in your business. You have to upskill your workforce. You have to further train on it. You can see that every day there is hundreds or thousands of new models are being appear and each one of them is better than before, not only in one domain, but in various domains of artificial intelligence. And the people who are working in artificial intelligence, they find it very hard to adapt things more quickly. So, as an industry or as a service provider, it's your duty to upskill your resource. Then you have to make products which are more human centric. You have to solve the problem, the real world problems, and you have to develop the humans. Cobots should be used along with humans, and there should be a part of creativity that should be part of your um business. Then, use of emerging technology, mixed reality, technology skills should be needed, and soft skills and communication skills should be the part of it. So, there are certain technology enabler if we say that how artificial intelligence is a part of that enabler that provide your business a support mechanism to make it more robust and more powerful. So basically artificial intelligence has the two edges. It can help you, it can enable you, it can make your things more powerful, and if you can't solve your privacy issue, it will also backfire you. So you have to play quite wisely in it. So if we talk about artificial intelligence as a technology enabler, you have to think that these rubrics or these components need to be put into your business to make it more successful. Like there is a part of industrial internet of things, so everything should be on internet to make it more quicker and faster. Then there should be a part of cloud. If you place things on cloud, you know the advantage of cloud that it is more adaptable, pay as you go, and it makes thing more easier. Now everything is digital, and if we talk about big data analytics, so it's another significant part of your business. Then additive manufacturing is it the cyber security is overall more crucial and important part. Autonomous robots and drones, horizontal vertical system integration, augmented reality. So all of these things somehow or the other are essential to make a success story for your business. So there are certain more evaluation criteria if you talk about how intelligence can be a part of your industry or your business. So there is a evaluation measure, and that is known as Smart Industry Readiness Index. And there is a three component of it. First is the process, technology, and organization. So if we talk about the process, so there is further component like how the operations of your business are being maintained, how supply chain is being, how you're doing the supply chain, and what is the product life cycle. So what is the shelf life of your product? How customer want your product to be? So these things make it a valuable component. Then we talk about the technology. So how much automation that you have produced. So AI, artificial intelligence, automation, and cybersecurity play a crucial role in technology. Then there is a connectivity, and intelligence and analytics is also the part of it. If we talk about the organization, so how readily your human resources, how it can adapt the new technology. So you how much time you are putting to workforce learning and development, what are the leadership competencies, intra and inter company collaboration, strategy, and governance. So these things are being the rubrics that help you to identify like how much your industry is ready to adapt artificial intelligence and industry 5.0 as a component to be ready for future technologies. So first thing is if you have a business, everything should be from analog should be converted into digital form. This is the first form of using artificial intelligence or cyber security in your space. So what is digitalization? Everything that you are doing physically should be converted into digital way, and human should be invisible from your workflow. So everything should be in done in automatic fashion. So if we want to check further the strength or to understand the risks that are associated with your business is volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So, what is the volatility? So, unexpected or unstable, unknown duration, and not difficult to understand. Or there might be some uncertainty that appear in your system. So, you have to pre-plan, or you should have a plan B for your work in term of technology stack. You have to have think in these lines: the volatility of your technology stack, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. You have to minimize the risk of loss. So you should reduce the complexity and remove all the obstacles or ambiguity which are present in your technology stack or your architecture. So in future, we would be witnessing that humans will work with cobots to make things or to create things and solve their complex problems. So cobots will increase productivity, reduce error, and improve the workforce safety. So another thing of industry 5.0 is that it should be human centric. So everything should revolve around the humans. Like society 5.0, we were hunters. We gather our food by our own self by hunting things. Then after society 1.0, there is society 2.0, where humans can plant their own food and then they harvest it to for their living. Then comes Society 3.0, where humans work in industry to earn their livings. And then comes Industry 1.0. Then come Industry 2.0, where I already told you about it, that assembly line has been introduced, and then comes Industry 3.0, where we see that information society has been established, computers has been become the part of your homes and offices, and then we see Industry 4.0, where internet become the need of time, and all the devices are being connected on the internet, and they have the capability to talk with one another. And then comes Society 5.0, when you are using chatbots, you are using chat GPT, uh, people are discussing things with their chatbots rather than their families. They are more connected with one another. Chatbot has the capability to understand your behaviors and then personalize, talk with according to your personalities and make it more acceptable in the society. And then we see that in near future we are going to see that Industry 5.0, where robots, cobots work with humans, and in agriculture we are already witnessing these things. In abroad we are also seeing that there is a trend of automated surgeries where robots have the capability to perform surgeries. So these are some of the things, or some of the rubrics that need to be completed in Industry 5.0, that it should be human centric, agility should be there, element of personalization, resilience, and sustainability. So we cannot solve our problem with same thinking we use when we create them. So we have to think out of the box. So there should be some agility that need to be adapted, and there should be from a mindset, we have some values, we need some principle, and then we try to practice those principles. So, dimension of business agility is that we should be self-aware about ourselves, that where we are standing, mental agility, people's agility, change agility, and what is the result of this agility. Sustainability is that you have to, if you want to sustain in current technology, you have to adapt it. You have to learn something, you have to practically implement it, and then you are going to adapt these technology in your current businesses, in your education, in your future plans. So it should be part of your everyday routine life. So data-driven business model is a need of time, and we have to reinvent. We don't have to invent things, but we have to reinvent things. There is plenty of open source tools and technologies and softwares are already available that help you. And in businesses, you are productive when you produce things in faster time and more accurately. So your business need these things, like it should have some strategy. There should be a technology stack that is present in it. How you are performing the analytics should be there. You have to innovate something in it. You have to engage your target audience, and there should be skill set in your workforce. Then you are going to establish a successful artificial intelligence startup or a business. So these rubrics are further help you to understand why 70% of businesses are failed. AI business are failed. So I told you that these rubrics like strategy, tech, analytics, innovate, engage, and skills, these are important. So if you don't have strategy that what you are going to do or roadmap, you have technology, you are performing the data analytic, you innovate some process, you have a good team, they have competencies, but this thing is you don't have the strategy how you will move forward. Then this is digitization. If you have a strategy which is data driven. You have past 5 records, 5 years records, and you know how to move forward. You have the roadmap of next 5 years, but you don't need, or you are not using the technology. You are performing uh, manual data analytics. You have processes going on. You have a team, they have the competency, but this will create a frustration because you are not using the technology. It will increase your time. It will make things more difficult for you. If you have strategy, you have technology, but you are not performing data analytics, you are performing processes, you have a good team, they have competencies, so you will be stagnant because you cannot able to forecast how things will move, how the shares of your market will grow, how your customers will will love which kind of feature of your product. So these, if this is missing, so you will your business will be stagnant. Then comes the data driven strategy is there. You have technology, you're performing analytics, but you are not innovating, and this will be incoherent action. And if you have strategy, technology, you're performing analytics, you're innovating something, but you're not engaging the target audience, then there should be some kind of resistance that you're going to face. And in the end, if you don't have the right competency, I have hired a person who is a master in computer vision, but he don't know about the large language model. So this won't work if I'm running a natural language processing startup. So it won't work. It will create anxiety. It will create throttle in my work. So all of these things, if any of this thing is missing, then you will not be able to successful. So all of you have to work in these direction to make things more successful and more profitable. So these are the main opportunities if we see that we work from manual work to automation. Smart products are being developed which are more human centric, which are more customer centric. Supply chain has been improved due to your automation or involvement of artificial intelligence, personalized chatbots. They are using the FAQ bots, and with the help of technology you can make the things more streamlined. Then connected assets and connected value chains. So these things will be the part of your system. So what are the challenges? There is data biasness that can disrupt your way. There might be some ethical issue, privacy issue, and lack of transparency. So if you're using artificial intelligence and industry 5.0 in your businesses, so you might face these challenges and you have to plan accordingly. So if you're creating a data set, so you have to make sure there won't be any biasness. If you're creating uh, some some models, so there won't be some ethical issue that is present, and privacy issue should be also mitigated, and lack of transparency in term of model performance and accuracy. You have to check that either there is some kind of misuse of technology or understanding. So there these things need to be addressed at the first step. So there, if we see, if we are using artificial intelligence, there is a chance of imbalanced data set or screwness in the data set. People might use fake identity and fake voices and videos like deep fakes to impersonate themselves, and it's becoming more realistic. People are trying to identify deep fakes and try to steganograph your images and your voice to to remove the problem of impersonation and data privacy issues. Then there might be a cause of cyber attacks like adversarial networks. Adversarial attacks are there, and adversarial network can help you to mitigate that. Then you have to see the changing rules and regulation, like AI governance policies are already in process, or its draft is already been done. So you have to know about the direction of this artificial intelligence. So if we see Society 5.0, so there is some social and legal layer where norms and regulation and resolution take place. Ethical layer, there is a criteria and principle. Technical layer, the algorithm and data, which work with data governance, algorithm accountability and standard. So this is basically the remedies is Society 5.0, where we enforce rules and regulations like data and AI governance policy. And this is basically European AI governance framework, where we we talk about the biasness in the data, we talk about the fairness, and it should be from the top down approach. In strategy, we have to balance things and come up with a solution to make things more transparent and move toward the responsible AI. So artificial intelligence and industry 5.0 is environmentally aware, the increase of energy efficiency and use of renewable resources. Today, with the raised of awareness of digital technology, an unexpected global event which has caused a disruption of supply chain, but also the impact of climate change, human is more determined to start the digital transformation while being used that are on one of the most important source in value chain. So that's all from my side. It is for all those researchers and students who are planning to start their businesses or startup. So if you're moving in those direction, you have to think that artificial intelligence, these things you need to understand right away, and then try to plan your work. So wish you all the best. Thank you so much.